Joining me today is New Hampshire Senator Dan Feltes. Dan, so I want to change topics from the Medicaid expansion. Sure. There's a bill that's in front of the Senate, and I don't know where you stand on it. It deals with, and I may be getting this quite wrong, but repealing, not quite repealing, putting on hold the death penalty, suspending it. Where do you stand on that? And what's your sense of the Senate in that?
Well, John, it's going to be debated on the floor today in the state Senate. The bill, as filed, technically suspends the death penalty. I think that there are folks that would prefer that you just repeal it if that's what you would like to do. Different versions have exceptions for, Michael Addison, who's currently
the one person since 1939 who's.
I think that's right. It's been a long time. I think by and large, the financial impacts, the millions of dollars spent in prosecution and defense when you go after the death penalty, from a financial perspective, it doesn't make any sense. So I support repealing the death penalty. I've been pretty public about that. I think that, in terms of what the Senate deals with and what the legislature deals with, obviously people have a lot of emotions and a lot of deeply held beliefs with respect to this issue. And it's important for that debate to occur in a respectful way. There's a lot of...
This is an issue that I think brings up a more emotion. It's not as easily an economic issue or a long-term policy issue. This is something that goes to the people's heart, I would imagine.
It does. And I think some folks, myself included, do look at the financial and the cost-benefit type of analysis of it. It's difficult sometimes on issues like that to think in that terms, but certainly I do, and some other folks look at it from that angle too. There are a lot of other issues, though, that we're dealing with as well that really strike at the heart of expanding opportunity for everyone, not just those at the top, including there's a bill in the Senate that I filed with respect to flexible work arrangements. We have an aging demographic, and many workers are caring for their parents or their grandparents, and they need some flexibility at work. And younger families who are starting out, and we need to attract and keep young working families in the state. It's demographically and economically needed. Younger families who are starting out have kids, and they need flexibility, daycare schedules, that kind of thing. So this bill basically says, you have the right to request a flexible work arrangement. And employers can't retaliate against you for requesting one,
but it doesn't force them to grant one.
It doesn't. It forces them to consider it in good faith, and so under certain circumstances they have to consider it under certain circumstances. So we'll see what ultimately it comes out. That specific issue about under what circumstances do they have to grant it, or what's good faith. That's being debated in the Senate, and I think ultimately, though, we're going to pass something, though, because it's so important to our workforce. We heard lots of testimony at the hearing, John, about employees who left jobs without even requesting it, and the notion of empowering workers to engage in that conversation with employers. To allow people to work it out. Again, we talk about this a lot, but at the end of the day, people try to work things out. This says try to work it out. Try to work, if you can work around your family schedule, if the employer can accommodate that, great. If the employer can't, that's fine. But at least have that conversation and don't retaliate against workers who bring it up and ask for flexibility, or who may ask for flexibility, because you know what? We have to attract and keep young working families in the state, and we have to work with families that have a caregiving situation. It's too important for our economy and our workforce, and it's something that we ought to get done in some form.
Okay, we're about out of time in this segment, but in the next segment, we're going to continue to talk about more broad general insurance issues and mental health issues, so please stay with us.